Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Khalid Akil Umam, and I would like to presentation project uh, social linguistics. Topic 1, Gender Exclusive Speech, Part 1. Gender exclusive speech, Step 1 definition. Gender exclusive speech refers to linguistic forms and expressions that are used exclusively by one gender or strongly associated with either man or woman within a particular speech community. These forms reflect social norms, cultural expression, and gender identities, making a language an important to marker of social roles. And characteristic is used primarily by one gender, reflects gender identity and social expression, influenced by cultural and social norms, varies across different societies and language, can reinforce or challenge gender stereotype. Importance in social linguistics. Studying gender exclusive speech helps social linguistics understand how language reflects power identity, social status, and cultural values. It also demonstrates how language contributes to maintaining or changing the gender roles within society. Theoretical framework, according to Janet Holmes, 2013, gender differences in language arise from social rather than biological factors. Men and women often use different linguistic features because they participate in the different social networks and community of practice. Academic work. Okay, this presentation focuses gender exclusive speech refers to language that commonly associate with one gender. These differences are influenced by social and cultural factors rather than biological difference. This topic help us how language reflects identity and social roles. Step 2. Find authentic example. Authentic example 1. Source BBC. They told Emma Watson on Woman Her for She campaign speech. Emma Watson is discussed gender equality using a polite, inclusive, and cooperative language. Her speech demonstrates several linguistic features commonly associated with the female communication styles and social linguistic research. And authentic example 2 is the title is Barack Obama discuss gender equality. Barack Obama employs direct yet supportive language while discussing women's rights. The speech illustrates how male speakers may adopt inclusive language to address gender-related issues. And to make the analysis more reliable, I selected two authentic examples from the public speeches discussing gender equality. This example show how language in use a real communication. Step 3 is present the original example. For example, one's original quote. We want to the gender equality, and to do this we need everyone involved. Source by Emma Watson, He Positive Campaign. And example 2 is original quote. Gender equality is not just a woman issue. It is everybody's issue. Which, short CNN interview with Barack Obama. Okay, here are the original quotation from the select speeches. This example will become the main data for identifying the linguistic feature related to gender exclusive speech. The next step is identify the social linguistic phenomenon. Emma Watson used inclusive pronouns such as we and everyone, emphasizing cooperation rather than authority. Her speech reflects politeness strategies and collaborative communication, which Holmes 2013 identifies as common characteristics of female speech in a public discourse. For example, two is Barack Obama combines assertive statement with exclusive expression. Although he speaks directly, he also emphasized solidarity by involving both men and women. In the discussion of gender equality, this illustrates how gender-exclusive linguistic features may overlap depending on context and communicative purpose. In this example, we can observe the use inclusive expression, politeness strategies, and supportive language. These linguistic features are important in understanding how gender can influence communication styles. Okay. Step 5 is explain why the example represent to the topic. For example, one is Emma Watson's speech represent gender exclusive speech because it demonstrates linguistic features often associated with the female communication, including cooperation inclusiveness, empathy, and exclusive language rather than emphasizing authority that encourages collective action through the shared responsibility. For example, two is Barack Obama's speech represents the topic because it illustrates how male speakers can adapt linguistic strategies that promote inclusiveness while maintaining a direct communication style. His speech highlights that gender-exclusive speech is influenced by the context rather than the biological sex alone. These examples represent gender-exclusive speech because they demonstrate communication patterns that sociolinguistics often associate with gender. However, uh, these patterns are influenced by social context and communication goals. These further references. Next, steps is analyze the theory example using theory applied. Janet Holmes 2013 explained that women generally use a language to build solidarity, maintain relationships, and promote cooperation. Female speakers often employ inclusive pronouns, polite expression, and supportive language to reduce social distance and encourage participation. Okay, based on the Janet Holmes theories, language traits are shaped by social relationship and interaction. The speaker uses inclusive language to encourage cooperation and reduce the social distance. Okay, the analysis. Emma Watson repeatedly used the inclusive expressions such as we, everyone, and together. These lexical choices create a sense of collective responsibility rather than individual authority. Instead of blaming one gender, she encouraged the cooperation between man and woman and the asserting gender equality. Her communication styles reflect Holmes' theory that women frequently prioritize solidarity and interpersonal relationships in the public discourse. Furthermore, Watson's acquired confrontational language and insert user persuasive and effective expression. This strategy demonstrates how female speakers often emphasize conscious building rather than dominance. Okay, next is example 2, Barack Obama gender equality speech. Theory applied. According to Robin Lakoff, 1975, male speech is traditionally characterized by directness, confidence, and authority. However, language is used also depends on context and communicative goals. This is Barack Obama states gender equality is not just a woman issue, it's everybody issues. Although the sentence is direct and deliberative, Obama also incorporates inclusive language through the phrase everybody issues. Then they demonstrate that male speakers may combine authority with the cooperation when discussing social issues. His speech illustrates that gender-inclusive speech is not fixed but varies according to audience purpose and social context. This example supports the sociolinguistic view that linguistic behavior is shaped more by interaction than by biological sex. Okay. The next step is support the analysis with the journal articles. So this is the journal article support for the gender as culture hypothesis. Human communication research finding women generally use a more affiliative language. Female speakers tend to express empathy and cooperation. Male speakers more frequently use assertive competitive linguistic styles. The reference. These findings support Emma Watson used the collaborative language throughout the he for she speech. Next step is support the analysis with journal articles. This is article number 2, Newman, Bloom, C.J. Elman, and Connected. Gender differences in language use. Discourse process findings. Women use more pronouns and emotion-related words. Men tend to use more articles and object-focused language. Gender differences exist but vary according to context. Relevance. Obama's speech demonstrates that mixed speakers can adapt inclusive linguistic strategies when discussing equality, supporting the journal's conclusion that context influences language use. Okay, the journal article strengthened the analysis by showing that previous studies have found differences in language use between men and women. while also emphasizing the importance of context. Step 8. Provide a detailed interpretation. Linguistic features, inclusive pronouns, we, everyone, polite and cooperative expression, persuasive vocabulary, direct delectative sentence, and positive lexical choice, social meanings. The speeches promote the equality, mutual respect, and shared responsibility rather than competition between genders. Cultural implication, both speeches reflect contemporary Western values emphasizing the gender equality and social inclusion. Identity construction, Emma Watson constructs the identity of an advocate who invites cooperation, while Barack Obama presents himself as an ally supporting women's rights. Power relation. Neither speakers use the language to dominate others, instead, both reduce both power differences through the inclusive communication. Context of communication. Both speeches were delivered to the international audience discussing gender equality, making an inclusive language particularly appropriate. Overall, the linguistic features found in this example reflect cooperation, inclusion, and social validity. They also demonstrate how language can shape relationship between speakers and listeners. Next, step 9. Compare the two examples. Emma Watson, Barack Obama. Highly collaborative, direct but inclusive. Use empathy, uses auditory with solidarity, frequent inclusive pronoun, balances of authority and cooperation, encourage collective action, encourage shared responsibility. Similarities, promote gender equality, use inclusive language, encourage cooperation, avoid the discriminatory expression. The differences is Emma Watson emphasized empathy in the impersonal solidarity, whereas Barack Obama combines direct leadership with exclusive communication. Sociolinguistic implication. The comparison demonstrates that gender-exclusive speech is influenced not only by the speaker's gender, but also by communicative purpose, audience, and social context. Okay, although both examples discuss gender equality, they use the different communication styles. One emphasizes empathy, while the other combines auditory with inclusiveness. Step 10 is draw conclusion. Conclusion. Gender exclusive speech reflect the relationship between language and gender within society. The two authentic examples demonstrate that linguistic choice are influenced by social rules, communicative goals, and cultural expression rather than biological sex alone. Emma Watson's speech illustrates collaborative and empathetic communication commonly associated with the female speech styles, while Barack Obama's speech shows that male speakers can also employ inclusive and supportive language. The theory is proposed by Holmes and Lakoff, together with the finding from recent journal articles. From that, gender differences in the language are socially constructed and context dependent. Overall, the analysis highlights the gender-exclusive speech is the best understood and sociolinguistic phenomenon shaped by the interaction, identity, and culture. In conclusion, gender-exclusive speech is influenced by social and cultural factors. Language choice helps because express identity, build relationship, and achieve effective communication. And this for the references. Hence, the key concept, gender-exclusive speech, language form mainly set with the gender in particular community. Gender identity language affect how people express their gender identity. So norms, cultural expression influence how men and women communicate. Politeness strategies, speakers use language to maintain respect and positive relationship. Inclusive language, words such as we, everyone, and our create solidarity and equality. Characteristic. Used predominantly by one gender in specific social context, reflects cultural values and gender expression, differs across language and speech communities, may include the differences in vocabulary, tone, politeness, and communication style, can reinforce or challenging traditional gender roles, change over time as society and gender norms evolve. Okay, go on to topic 2. This density and complexity definition. Density and complexity are concepts introduced by social network theory in social linguistics. They explain how people's social relationship influence the way they use language. Density refers to the degree to which members of social network know and interact with one another. Complexity refers to the number of different social roles shared between individuals within the same network. This concept helps explain why certain language varieties are maintained or changed within a community. The characteristic is density, strong interpersonal connection, frequent interaction among members, encourage language maintenance, reinforce local dialect and linguistic norms. Complexity is multiple social relationships between the same people, stronger social obligation, greater influence on language behavior, and promotes linguistic stability. Importance in social linguistics. Density and complexity help a researcher understand how social networks affect language variation and language change. People who belong to close-knit networks are more likely to maintain traditional linguistic forms, while individuals with loose networks are more likely to adopt new linguistic features. Theoretical term. Slemiral Milroy, 1987, argues that dense and multiplex social networks play an important role in preserving local speech patterns because strong social ties encourage conformity and community norms. And this for the book's references. Step 2 is authentic example. For example 1 is sourced by BBC, it titled Community Keeps Local Dialect Alive, published by BBC News. Reason for selection is report explain how members of a close rural community continue using their traditional dialect because they interact frequently and share strong social relationships. This reflects a dense and multiplex social network. Okay, for the example two is The Guardian, sourced by The Guardian, titled Young Professional and Changing Language in Modern Cities, published The Guardian. Reason for the selection, the article describes how young professionals from different cultural backgrounds interact in the urban environment. Their social networks encourage linguistic innovation and the adoption of new expressions. Step 3 is present the original example. Example 1 is original statement. The local dialect remains strong because the families, neighbors, and co-workers interact with one another every day. Searched by BBC and BBC News and topic is local community and regional dialect. For example, 2 is people living in multicultural cities often adapt the expression through the interaction with diverse social groups. Searched by The Guardian, topic language change in urban communities. Next steps, identify the sociolinguistic phenomenon. Example 1 is the community demonstrate a dense and multiplex social network. Most members know each other personally and interact through the family, work, friendship, and neighborhood relationship. These strong ties contribute to maintaining traditional linguistic forms. For example, 2 is the urban community represent a low density and simplex network. Individual interact with many different people with relationship are generally limited to one social role, such as college and classmates. This situation encourages language change and innovation. Next steps is explain why the example represent the topic. Example 1. This example represents density and complexity because the community members share multiple social roles and maintain frequent interaction. According to Milroy, 1987, such dense and multiplex networks strengthen group identity and preserve local linguistic features. For example, 2, this example represents the topic because the urban residents participate in broader but weaker social networks. Since individuals communicate with the people from diverse backgrounds, they are more likely to adapt their vocabulary, pronunciation, and communication styles, illustrating how loose social networks contribute to language variation. And this for the references. Okay, next steps is analyze this example, the example using a theory. Example 1, dense and multiplex social network. Theory according to Leslie Milroy, 1987, dense and multiple social networks strengthen social cohesion and encourage speakers to maintain local linguistic norms. When the individual interact frequently in multiple roles, such as family members, neighbors, co-workers, and friends, they are more likely to preserve traditional dialect and resist the linguistic change. For the analysis in the DVC example, community members maintain a close relationship through daily interaction in family, work, and neighborhood setting because they know each other well and share several social roles. The local dialect remains stable across generations. This demonstrates how high density and high complexity networks contribute to language maintenance by reinforcing community norms and identity. This for the book references. Okay, for example 2 is loss and simplex social network theory of Milroy 1987 also explained that low density and simplex social networks encourage language variation because individuals interact with the different groups are exposed to diverse linguistic influence. For the analysis is Guardian example describe young professional living in the multicultural cities. Their relationship is generally limited to one role, such as co-workers or classmates. They regularly meet new people from different linguistic backgrounds. As a result, they are more likely to adopt new vocabulary, slang, pronunciation, and communication style. This illustrates how loose social networks promote language change and innovation. Next step is support the analysis with journal articles. As we can see, this journals and article. This one. Okay. Next step is linguistic features. Provide a detailed interpretation. Maintain linguistic features is maintenance of regional vocabulary in this in dense networks, adoption of innovative vocabulary in loose networks, strong community norms influence pronunciation and grammar, increase the language contact promotes linguistic diversity, social meaning, dense and multiplex networks strengthen group identity and cultural continuity, while loose and simplex networks increase the openness to linguistic innovation and cultural exchange. And cultural implication is traditional rural communities often preserve local dialect because of the close social relationship. In contrast, urban multicultural communities experience rapid language change due to the frequent interaction with the diverse social groups. Identity construction. Speakers in dense network express their identity by the maintaining local speech patterns, whereas the speakers in loose network construct identities that are more flexible and influenced by the multiple communities. Power relation. Language reflects social belonging. Speakers in a close-knit communities may experience social pressure to maintain traditional language, while urban speakers have the greater freedom to adapt new linguistic forms. Next step is compare the two examples. Example 1 and example 2 is in social network, close social network, multiple relationship, strong community ties deeper social connection, maintains local, dialect includes, language innovation, excludes cohesion, high linguistic diversity. Similarities. Both examples demonstrate the influence of social networks on language use. Both show that social interaction shape linguistic behavior. Both highlight the relationship between the society and language. For differences is the first example emphasizes language maintenance through the strong social ties, where the second illustrates language change resulting in the weaker and more diverse social relationship. Sociolinguistic implication. The combination confirms Milroy theory that the structure of social networks play a crucial role in determining whether linguistic feeders and preserve or change. Step 10. Draw conclusion. For the last is conclusion. Density and complexity are important concepts on social linguistics because they explain how social relationships influence language maintenance and language change. Dense and multiple social networks encourage speakers to preserve traditional linguistic forms through the frequent interaction and shared social roles. In contrast, loss of simplex networks expose speakers to a wider range of linguistic influence leading to innovation and variation. The two authentic examples demonstrate that language is shaped not only by the individual speakers but also by the structure of the social networks in which they participate. Milroy social network theory and supporting journal studies confirm that patterns of social interaction are key factors in understanding language variation within different communities. this for the references. Go on to the next part. Now we are going to the part two, topic one, gender exclusive speech. Technology company, case study. A technology company is recruiting new employees during an online meeting. The manager repeatedly says every employee must be submit his report before Friday. A good programmer should improve his coding skills regularly. Several female employees feel the language used excludes women and reinforce male sentence assumption in the workplace. This case presents a workplace situation where language choices may unfortunately exclude certain groups. Okay, first one is question number one. What is gender exclusive speech? Gender exclusive speech refers to language that explicitly or implicitly favors one gender while excluding others. It often uses masculine terms, for example, he, him, his, chairman, mankind, as the generic references for all people. In sociolinguistics, this phenomenon reflects how language can reinforce the gender inequality in social power structures. Gender exclusive expression may intentionally make a woman or non-binary individual feel invisible or less represented in communication. First, I'll explain what gender exclusive speech is widely considered a sociolinguistic phenomenon. Okay, question number two is why can the manager's language be considered gender exclusive? The manager repeatedly used the masculine pronoun his to refer to all employees regardless of their gender. Although the intention may be to refer to everyone, repeated use of the masculine pronoun suggests that the default employee or programmer is male. This reinforces a male-centered perspective and excludes female employees for the linguistic representation. Such language reflects traditional gender norms rather than exclusive workplace communication. Next, I will discuss why the manager expression can be categorized and exclusive. What social and linguistic effect might result from the language? Question number three. Social effect: female employee may feel excluded or undervalued. Gender stereotype become normalized. Workplace inclusiveness may decrease. Employee motivation and sense of belonging may negatively affected. Linguistic effect: masculine language become the perceived standard. Inclusive communication is discouraged. Gender bias is reproduced through the everyday language. Overall, gender exclusive language can influence both interpersonal relationship and organizational culture. Question number four. What alternative language form could be used? The manager can replace gender exclusive expression with gender neutral language. Originals: every employee must submit his report before Friday. Inclusive versions: every employee must submit their report before Friday. Okay, next question. Uh, a good programmer should improve his coding skill regularly. Inclusive version: a good programmer should improve their coding skill regularly. Or a good programmer should improve their coding skills regularly. Using singular, they promotes inclusivity without changing the intent meaning. Okay, next question. Analyze using sociolinguistic theory, academic theory. Janet Holmes argues that language reflects social identities and power relationships. Gender differences in language are social construct rather than biological determined. Inclusive language helps reduce inequality by representing our members of society fairly. And as for the analysis, the managers repeat use of masculine pronouns reflects a traditional linguistic convention in which male form are treated as the default. According to Holmes, such language reinforces existing the social heritage by the positioning man as the linguistic norm. Consequently, female employees perceive the communication as exclusionary because it's not acknowledged their presence explicitly. Replacing masculine pronouns with the gender neutral alternatives such as they create a more inclusive workplace communication and reflect contemporary social linguistic practice. Okay, this is a support from academics one. Finding is gender neutral pronouns reduce male bias communication. Inclusive language increase readers' perception that both men and women are represented equally. Language influence how the people mentally represent social groups. Relevant to the case. This study supports replacing his with their as a gender-neutral language improve inclusiveness and reduce gender-based assumption in the workplace communication. This is the support from academic value. See and findings: the gender-fair language decrease stereotypical thinking. Inclusive language positively influences attitude towards gender equality and organization. Using gender inclusive communication are perceived as more equitable. Relevant to the case. The finding explain why the manager should avoid gender inclusive expression using inclusive language help create respectful and professional working improvement. Conclusion: the manager's statement illustrates gender exclusive speech because masculine pronouns are used as generic references for the employee. Although the intention may not be the discriminatory, such language reinforces male-centered assumption and may negatively affect workplace inclusion. Holmes' sociolinguistic theory explained that language reflects social relationship and power structures. The supporting journal articles that further demonstrate that gender-neutral language reduces stereotype, promotes equality, therefore replacing the masculine pronouns with the inclusive alternative contribute to more effective and equitable communication. For the references, apa 7 edition. Next to the topic 2 density. Okay, the case study is lecturer explain climate change using two different versions. Version S is simple, version B is contains more technical terms and complex information. Student find version B more difficult to understand. Question number 1. What's the linguistic phenomenon? The phenomenon is lexical density, which refers to the amount of information contained in a sentence. Version B has a higher lexical density because it uses more technical and academic vocabulary. Question number 2. Why does this phenomenon occur? A lecturer explained climate change using two different versions. Version A is a simple, while version B is contain a technical term and complex information. Student finds version B more difficult to understand. Question number 3 is what the meaning is conveyed. Both versions explain the same idea but about climate change. Version A is easier to understand, while version B is provide a more detailed and scientific explanation. Question number 4. What sociolinguistic function does it serve? High classical density is commonly used in the academic settings to show precision and expertise. However, speakers should adjust their language according to the audience knowledge. Question number 5. Analyze using theory. According to Halliday, academic language has a classical density because it packs information into fewer words. In the case, version B is suitable for academic audience, whereas the version A is more appropriate for the first year student. This is supporting theory book. Halliday explained that lexical density is a key feature to academic language because it conveys complex in the ideas efficiently. For the conclusion, the version B has higher lexical density than version A because it contains more technical vocabulary and complex information. High classical density is effective in academic communication but should be adjusted to the audience level of understanding. Okay, now go on to topic 3 is complexity. Case study: a university professor explained climate change to the first year student. Version A is climate change is caused by the increasing greenhouse gases. For the version B is climate change result for the cumulative accumulation and anthropogenic greenhouse gas emission, which intensify the atmospheric greenhouse effect and consequently alter global climatic system. Students understand version A more easily than version B. Question number 1. What's the linguistic phenomenon? The phenomenon is linguistic complexity. It refers to the use complex vocabulary, grammar, and sentence structures that make the text more difficult to understand. Question number 2 is why does this phenomenon occur? It occurs because the academic language often uses technical terms and complex sentence structures to provide detailed and accurate information. However, this can make a communication more difficult for beginners. Question number three is what the meaning is conveyed. Both versions explain the same idea but climate change. Version A is simple and easy to understand, while version B provides a more detailed and scientific explanation. What sociolinguistic function does it serve? Linguistic complexity helps speakers communicate specialized knowledge accurately. It is commonly used in academic and professional settings but should be adjusted to the audience level of understanding. Question number five, analysis using theory. According to Halliday, academic language has high lexical density because it packs more important information into the fewer words. In that case, version B is suitable for academic audience, where the version A is more appropriate for first student. This is the supporting theory book. And conclusion is version B the higher lexical density than version A because it contains more technical vocabulary and complex information. High lexical density is effective in academic communication but should be adjusted to the audience level of understanding. Topic 4, style. Case study. Two teachers remind students to submit the assignment. Teacher A, please submit your assignment by 5 p.m. tomorrow. Teacher B, hey everyone, don't forget to send your assignment tomorrow, okay? Both teachers give the same instruction but use different language styles. Question number one. What is the linguistic phenomenon? The phenomenon's language style is refers to the way people choose word and expression depending on the situation, purpose, and audience. Question number two is why does this phenomenon occur? Different communication situations require different language styles. Formal situation use the polite and professional language, while the informal situation use a relaxed and friendly expression. Question number three, what the meaning is conveyed? Both teacher ask students to submit their assignment. Teacher A convey authority and professionalism, while teacher B creates a friendlier and more relaxed atmosphere. Question number four is what sociolinguistic function does it serve? Language style helps speakers communicate effectively according to the social context. Formal styles show respect and authority, whereas the casual styles build calmness and encourage comfortable interaction. Question number five is analysis using theory. According to the Martin Josh, language style is consists of the five levels: frozen, formal, consultative, casual, and intimate. In this case, teacher A use a formal style while teacher B use a casual style. Both styles are appropriate because they match different communication purpose. See original support. In conclusion, the case demonstrates that language style changes according to the communication context. Formal language is appropriate for professional situations, while the casual language creates a friendly atmosphere. Choosing a direct style helps the communication become more effective and appropriate. And I think this is all done. And thank you for the attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.